Playmakers, how's it going? This is Coach Wood, and it is time, baby, for another amazing episode of content. Excited to get back with you guys today. If you're joining us for the very first time, welcome to the Before You Go Pro channel. This is something that we've been at for a while, you guys, so I don't know why we haven't found each other yet, but I'm glad that you stopped by today. If you've been rocking with us, truly appreciate you stopping back by the channel, always spending some time with us. It is never underappreciated that you guys are stopping by Before You Go Pro YouTube channel. So thank you. I'm your host, Coach Wood, and pumped up, you guys. I'm pumped up to get back with you today. If you're joining us for the very first time, this is the Weekday Huddle. The Weekday Huddle is Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. We publish a lot of content on behalf of the Before You Go Pro channel, but the Weekday Huddle is special. It's becoming near and dear to my heart, and we're growing. We're growing, you guys, so please keep sharing that link. Please keep getting the info out. This is supposed to be our educational segment, our daily educational segment where we can teach the game and the business of football, you guys. You got plenty of people teaching you the X's and O's, but what about the mental, moral, social, and business side of football? That's what we're here for. So thank you for stopping by. Also, if you have never subscribed to the Before You Go Pro channel, you've been missing out, but no longer you're going to miss out. Please consider hitting that subscribe button so that you're notified whenever we release new content on behalf of the channel. And then last but not least, we've got some special resources down for you in the description box. So check that out as well, especially you football players and you family members of football players. Some of those resources could put some money in your pocket. It could put some money in your pocket, whether it's NIL, whether it's scholarship, whether it's a PWO opportunity that you turn into money, down in the resource section or in the description box. That's the resources, baby. So check those out. But let's get into today's topic, because I know a lot of you guys saw the title and that was definitely something you wanted to click on, because some of you guys are high school, junior college football players. You're wondering why maybe your blessing is delayed. You're wondering, hey, I'm putting in all this blood, sweat, and tears, coach. I'm putting in all this work. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. I'm making plays on the field. I'm the team captain. Where's mine? Where is my blessing, you guys? So that's what we're going to talk about today, is the top 5 reasons, you guys. The top 5 reasons, and I've been at this for 20 years now, this recruiting game and figuring out this industry. But today it's different. Today it's different. And we want to give you the top 5 reasons we see high school and junior college football players being overlooked. All right, you guys, let's get into the list, and we're actually going to go backwards on this list. So number five for you guys is the layups. The layups are your grades. The layups are your social media and how you carry yourself offline when you're out and about. It's the layups. Those are the things that if you're going to be a big time athlete, if you're going to be a scholarship worthy person, maybe somebody that gets to play on Sundays or in another professional league, you've got to secure the layups. You cannot shoot yourself in the foot. What good is all the work that you're putting in and your grades aren't right? What good is all the work that you're putting in and you do something on social media? Somebody sees drugs and alcohol in the background of one of your posts. What good is all the work if you're not going to hit the layup, baby? So number 5 reason why we see athletes losing opportunities. Maybe they're right on track and then they lose it. It's the layups. Make sure your grades are where they need to be. And then also make sure you're doing the right things online and offline socially. Number four, you guys, on why athletes get passed up, especially at the high school and junior college level. It's what coach said. It's what your coach said. There are so many conversations, you guys. I think this is severely underestimated. How many conversations will be had about you that you will not be in the room for? You are not going to go all the way to a scholarship opportunity. You're not going to go all the way to a PWO or a Division I, D2, D3. You're not going all the way to an opportunity to play college football without somebody standing on the table for you in a room that you're not in. It's not going to happen. All right. Nobody's getting drafted to the NFL and not have people talk about them in a room that they're not in. So it's what coach said about you. Not what coach said about you to your face, but what coach said about you to that recruiter, what coach said about you to that media person, what coach said about you behind closed doors. That's number four. Number three reason, you guys, that we see people being put on the back burner, especially at the high school and junior college level. And sometimes, unfortunately, this one's a little bit out of your control, or maybe there just wasn't a lot of due diligence on the front end of things. But number three is the school. It's the school you're at, you guys. As crazy as it sounds, we're in 2026 at the time of this filming, but there are still high schools out there, still, unfortunately, junior colleges out there that are they barely film the games and the practices, and the film that they do have is crazy when they have it. You can barely see what's going on the film. That's just one example of some of the things we see where the kid is just at the wrong school. Maybe you are a dog. Maybe you are somebody that's worthy of playing at the college level, but you're at the wrong school. There may be schools reaching out to your coach and the coach doesn't get back to them. I've heard it all, you guys. And then let alone recruiting perceptions of certain schools or certain conferences and leagues. I'm in the San Francisco Bay Area, and we love the schools that are in the public school system, the AAA system in San Francisco, but recruiters are not recruiting kids from the AAA system. A lot of times, depending on the area in which you're in, a recruiter will say if he's that good, he'd be at that school. Because they know now certain schools, the big time schools, are recruiting, and if they spot young talent, whether it's Little League or whether it's at another high school, they're going to go get them. They're going to go get them. So sometimes recruiters and college scouts don't even mess with certain schools or certain conferences in high school because they're saying, oh, if that kid was that good, I know you're talking, coach, that he had a great season and all these touchdowns, but why is he at that school? Why isn't he at Modern Day? Why isn't he at St. Thomas Aquinas? Why isn't he at De La Salle, Long Beach Poly? You guys. So that's one of the things too. Or even worse, you may have a coach that has some political stuff going on, and it's affecting the college recruiting of the athletes at that school. So number three, you guys, tried and true throughout my years of doing this, it's the school that you're at. Number two, and many people would think number three was going to be number two, but I see this actually more often than I see coaches shooting players in the foot, than I see players messing up their own recruiting, or that I see kids at just the wrong school. Number two is the one that I see pretty prevalently, you guys. Is that a word, prevalently? But number two is one that I see every year, and it strikes some of the best athletes in the foot, you guys, that really deserve more opportunity than they're getting, and it is playing out of position. 100% playing out of position can hurt your recruiting, you guys. Many of these schools are already looking to the transfer portal, looking to other areas where they could get a kid before a high school kid in particular anyway. So now you're talking about compounding that by playing out of position where you cannot get a firm film evaluation. You may be making plays, and there's so many kids that fall into this bucket. You may be making plays at linebacker, but you're really a safety. You may be making plays at DN, but you're really a linebacker. You may be making plays at tight end, but you should be playing outside at receiver, on the outside. So all the time, you guys, we see athletes who are playing out of position, and even though they're making plays, they're going to get overlooked 9 times out of 10, because anybody that's watching them is going to say, well, of course he's making plays there. He's really should be at this position. I need to evaluate him at this position. I'm looking for a safety. And yeah, he's making plays as a linebacker, and I think he can play safety based off of his linebacker film and his quick twitch and how he's moving. But I've got 4 other safeties that I really like, and all their film is them playing safety. So I can truly visualize how they'll fit in my defense, as opposed to this kid who I think could play safety. And a lot of times, you guys, like I said, this is probably number 2. There are tremendous amounts of kids that are playing out of position or not getting enough juice at the position they should be at to go to the next level. And number one reason why high school, junior college kids, but high school in particular, have been put on the back burner a little bit in the recruiting process, it is what you think it is. It's the transfer portal. It's the transfer portal. I came out of high school in the late 90s. Coach is getting a little older, but when I came out of high school, predominantly all of the Division I programs, D2 programs, everybody was going shopping at the high school. They would go shopping at the high school to fill the cupboard, and then if they ever felt like they needed some immediate assistance, some immediate help for sure, they would go to the junior college. Those were the only 2 options. Transferring was very, very small on the totem pole. It was very rare that you heard of a kid transferring from this university to that university, especially if they were staying at the same level. If it was from one D1 to the other D1, it just was rare. And actually, a lot of times you had to go back to a junior college and do a 4.24 and get disenfranchised with your first university to even have a shot to go to another university. So very rare that you would hear of transfers. Today, depending on the school you talk about, I heard the coach at Virginia talking about this. He said that I thought it was going to be 60-40. 60-40 when he first got the job, I believe 2 years ago. He said, I thought it was going to be 60-40, high school to portal. He says that we're 50-50 that first year. The first year that he took over, they were 50-50, and then he said it's flipped. It's basically 60-40 portal to high school. So many opportunities have been lost by the transfer portal. In my opinion, in my professional opinion, watching this transfer portal thing really over 4 years now, I think it's close to 40%, you guys. I think it's close to 40%. I think what he was saying is 60. I think it is close to 40% of the opportunity that was usually going to high school kids was taken by the portal. So the portal is definitely the number one reason, which is all the more reason that you guys should be super proactive with your recruiting. Now, we find ways to even place kids late sometimes, but a lot of times they're trying to offer PWOs, and the kids got to go in there and fight for it or go to a smaller school and work their way up. Now, if you work your way up, of course, beautiful day and age, you can get some money as you work your way up, but different day and age. Different day and age, and number one is the transfer portal. So a transfer portal is taking 30 to 40% of the high school opportunities today. All of those other things that I talked about, you guys got to make sure that you're checking the boxes on that. You cannot shoot yourself in the foot with the layups. You do have to be mindful of the school you're attending. You got to be right with your coach where he's not saying anything that's going to deter you. You got to have all the boxes checked, because right off the top, the portal's going to hurt you. So the best thing you can do as far as that is be proactive, be smart and strategic with your recruiting. That's what we do on a daily basis with our athletes. So if you are somebody that needs support, check us out, because I think we're the best option, or just as good as any option you can find for your young athlete, or if you are an athlete, for yourself. You guys, we're not going anywhere, and you're getting a lot more than recruiting with us too. You're getting a ministry, and you're getting a fraternity too. So check us out before you go pro.com, but get some support, get some help from anywhere, because unless you're a bona fide 5 or 4 star kid, or a high level 3 star kid, is going to be something you're going to have to be strategic with. The recruiting process is something that you're going to have to be strategic with. So once again, the top 5, you guys, the layups, grades, and social media, that's one. Never let that trip you up in the game. What coach said, do not underestimate. That hurt me in college. That hurt me from college to the pro. What coach said, when the door was closed, the school that you're attending, try to see if people who are attending that school are getting what you want. Because if people who are attending that school aren't getting what you want, why are you going there? So the school you go to, playing out of position, that's a tough one. That's a tough one, because you're trying to do what's right for the team. So playing out of position, that's a big one. And then last but not least, you guys know it, it's the transfer portal, baby. So, hey, knowing is half the battle, so that you guys can, move around all of this stuff and get to the bag and get to what you want in your football career. All right. So hopefully you guys got something out of this, some good fruit, some good value. Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Come rock with Coach Wood. Bring a teammate next time, or bring your parent next time, or your coach. And please share that link. Make sure you subscribe and check out the resources down in the description box. I'll see you tomorrow. Coach Wood signing off. We'll see you at the top.
Don't watch that.